Who doesn't love a good pylori? That little ball, and I use these two fingers. Listen, we haven't had it for a while, and it is one of Trinidad and Tobago's most iconic street food. I always have great memories of having pylori around the savannah with my family, and even in primary school. I might be selling out my age a little bit, but you could get 3 pylori for 25 cents on a piece of paper this big with a little sauce. Them was the good old days. So today, if you're in the mood to see how I make my pylori, stay tuned, and welcome to another episode of Street Food to Banker, sponsored by B-Mobile. So we're making pylori, guys, and it is a lot easier than you may think. We have all the ingredients here. We have flour, we have split peas powder, which some may argue is not needed, but I kind of like the split peas powder in it. We have salt, sugar, yeast. We have some green seasoning. Some people don't like to put the green seasoning. If you don't like it, leave it out. If you want to put Cyvalone, you could put it, but we're using some green seasoning today. And also, the most important spice here to use is turmeric. That's how you'll get the nice little soft yellow color that we all like. But in here, I've added a little bit of coriander and jeera as well, just to give it a little extra. Again, if you like it traditional and you just want turmeric, just put that alone. So we're going to combine everything here. Notice I don't have a spoon, a wooden spoon or anything, because I'm going to be using my hands to mix as well as to also make the little balls a little later on. So we add in everything, all the dry ingredients will go in. Yeast, baking powder, salt, sugar. I will leave the green seasoning to put in after I add the water. So don't be afraid to get your hands messy. So if you can see that right there, it already smelling. You're getting the aroma of those spices there, right? So the water, the consistency that you're going for is like a very thick pancake batter. So it should look kind of gloopy. The best way I would suggest is to get your hands in there. Yes, you can mix it around with a spoon if you're feeling a little squeamish, but the best way for you to feel the texture is to actually do it with your hand, right? Now, we would put the amount to use in the recipe, the amount of water to use, but the water is always dependent on the humidity, sometimes the type of flour. So you have to gauge, and this is where feeling the batter comes in very important. So I'm just going to add in a little bit at a time. And we're using warm water here to kind of activate the yeast and stuff. A little bit again. Mixing it around. And I think this should be it. Adding the green seasoning now. I just like the pylori with the little green seasoning. Let you know the little specks. Nice. Oh, good. Already. Oh my God, this is giving me so much joy. You have no idea. So you're gonna let it rest for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, where it should double in size. And then we'll get to frying. See how quick that was? I mean, you could do it with the kids. And in the meantime, we're gonna make some tamarind chutney from scratch, which is gonna be very easy, so stay tuned. Right, guys, so while our pylori is resting at the side, we're going to whip up a very quick tamarind chutney. What is pylori without tamarind chutney? It's still pylori. And to be honest, I find your pylori should still be able to taste good by itself. If it tasting good by itself, then you're on your way. And then the sauce is just a little extra. Right, so we're going to make a quick tamarind chutney right here. We have our pot on medium to high heat. We're going to add some water. We're going to let that boil a little bit. Okay, guys, so as you can see here, we have the tamarind already shelled and deveined. We got this at the Central Market, so in case you're interested in getting tamarind that is already shelled and deveined, you could get it at the Central Market. It's very tart. Everybody know, if you're from the Caribbean and you don't know what tamarind is, shame on you, right? So we're going to add this in. Yeah. Let it just release. And that water is already warm. So it's already starting to dissolve. You know what this reminds me of? I don't know how many of you know about tamarind stew. Again, I'm probably selling out my age, but you don't see these things anymore. Long time you used to get tamarind stew, which is basically like tamarind chutney, but they used to sell it in like either a bag or even a little piece of paper, and you just used to take your finger and lick. If you know about tamarind stew, comment now. Comment, right? Right, next we're gonna add some garam masala. Has the spice, has the earthiness. Listen, Trinidad food is the best. I ain't care what nobody say. It's just so much full of flavor, right? Right, so we have that. We're going to add some garlic. I love garlic. And we added garlic in our pylori batter. It was already included in the seasoning. We're going to add also some shadow bene. We're going to add the sugar now. And also, to thicken it up, we will add some cornstarch, which is optional, but it's a great cheat to thicken the chutney without having to add a lot of sugar. We're going to add that to the end, right? Because we still want this to reduce a little bit. So guys, what chutney is complete without a little pepper? Hello? So we're just adding it in for that little spicy kick. And then we'll remove it after. Yeah? Already for the roll. That extra pepper just gave it that, and it has reduced quite a bit, as you could see. It almost got like a kind of jammy consistency, and we added some water. Gosh, I wish Oli could smell this. Yum. Right. So now we're just gonna make a little slurry here. Add water to the cornstarch. Mix it around a little bit. Don't worry, it would look white when you add it in. It's not gonna stay white, so it's not gonna alter the color drastically. You're already seeing that starting to thicken up. Yes. So now we're going on Friday pylori. We're going to Friday pylori, so stay tuned. We're gonna get to frying the best part. So I'm just picking up enough. If I could get 2 out of this, we'll see. The fire is good. You just plop it in like that. Plop it in like that. Plop it in. Right, and the reason why we do not want the fire to be too hot is because we don't want it to get brown on the outside and it's not cooked on the inside. So if you see, some of them have already come up. Of course, if you are feeling a little intimidated by doing it with your hand, of course use a spoon. Nothing is wrong with that. So we have made our pyloris. Look them here. I am particularly proud because I was able to do this with my hand. Hello, props to me, props to me. Of course, if you do it with a spoon, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong with that. If you get the little irregular shapes, that's fine. So now we're going in for the taste test. Look, cute, huh? Look at that color, nice and soft. And we're going in. So if you're looking for a pylori vendor, call me already. Oh my god, this is so good. This is so good. It has that slightly crisp outside, And the inside is nice and soft. Has a nice spice. Listen, pylori is one of those comfort street foods. It's one of those street foods that is so comforting. I kid you not. We did it together because I felt as though you all were in the kitchen with me. When you guys try this recipe, because I know you're going to try it, let us know. And guys, please remember we are in a pandemic. We want you guys to keep safe, take all necessary precautions, wear your masks, do what you have to do, and we will get through this. So if you've never made pylori before, just believe if you try this recipe, it will come out good like this. See you on the next one.